Hi, this is Ingram Jones from Bayloric TV.
How you doing, man?
I'm fine. Happy New Year.
Good. You too.
How are things?
Everything is great, man. Everything is going great.
Okay, so for those who don't know who Don House is, because this is a call from the UK, and there's lots of boxing fans in the UK interested in this big fight between Stiverne and Wilder. Let us know a little bit about who Don House is.
Don House is the coach of the heavyweight champion of the world. Actually, you know what? I used to work with a British fighter out there called Herbie Hyde at one time.
Yes, we all know Herbie very well.
That's been a while ago. A long time ago.
So how did you hook up with Herbie?
He came to the United States, and I saw him in the gym, and I saw him doing a few things wrong, and taught him a thing or two. And before I knew it, I was training him.
Okay. So how long have you been a coach then, Don?
Man, I've been in the game since 1972.
Wow.
I used to fight for the Army. I grew up with Roger and Floyd Sr. back in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
I worked with a lot of fighters before. Diego Corrales, Vince Phillips, Freddie Norwood, Frankie Lau, all the champions.
Wow.
Joanne Guzman. Man, I know I'm forgetting a few of them. I even worked with some UFC fighters.
Wow. I mean, in all that time, Don, I mean, you hear there's so many other trainers in the world that get recognition, and some of them get recognition, and they haven't actually trained fighters. They're taking fighters from other gyms, and they may have been knocked out, then they get taken into stable and get looked after. But basically, they've already been world champions. Why is this the case that these trainers get all the accolades?
Well, I'm just one of the type of guys that, you know what, I don't fight in the camera. I'm always behind the scenes. It's not about me. It's about the fighter. You know what I mean? So I see coaches. They can't wait till the TV come on. They can't wait to get on the interviews. I'm just the type of guy. I'm a no-nonsense type of guy. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. If you don't like me, get rid of me. I walked away from the high-class fighters. Don't make me any different because my living is made. I enjoy boxing. Boxing don't make me. I enjoy it. So I'm one of the type of coaches, look, if you want to work with me, I'm going to tell you straight. I'm going to tell you like it is. I just had a conversation with Don King, and I said, look, this is how the program is going to work. I don't tell you how to run your business. Don't tell me how to run mine. So when you get a guy like me, a lot of managers and promoters don't like to deal with me because I'm going to tell you straight. Because I think if you're going to screw the fighter, you're going to screw me.
Right.
So let everybody be on the same page. I'm going to give you the best I can give you. As you see with Bermane, I give you the best. And look what ends up. We end up a world title holder.
Absolutely. And, I was so pleased when Bermane obviously won the world title. One of his biggest supporters. And it was great to talk to him before he fought Arreola the first fight. And, of course, the second fight. And all the negotiations beforehand with Vitaly Klitschko, the fight not happening. 3 times it was arranged. Right. 3 times it got cancelled. Eventually, you guys got your opportunity. The most interesting thing that I've noticed with the whole Bermane heavyweight champion of the world story is that he seems to be dismissed. I don't know if it's because he's Haitian. I don't know if it's because he's not actually American, or that America are just so focused on having a heavyweight champion of the world, they'll just dismiss everybody else. Why is that?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think America is so busy trying to get them a heavyweight champion. Well, the belt is no good unless it's in America. No. The heavyweight crown is the heavyweight crown, no matter who has the crown. Would you prefer it to be in the United States? Yeah. Would you prefer it to be in England? If we got a great British fighter, I'm backing him 100%. But the point is, Bermane lives in this country for the last 10 years. He pays his taxes. When you pay taxes in the country, you belong to that country. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's been here 10 years. Lives in Vegas, has a house in Florida. So I just think that they want to have an American champion. Well, you know what? Wilder's not going to be it. Let's put it that way.
Okay, there's a lot of things about this fight. I don't know if you read any of the stuff on the boxing forums, but the first thing people talk about Bermane Stiverne, they say he's too small. I argue them and say to them, look at his fights when he fought Price in the amateurs. Yeah, he fought Price in the amateurs, and he fought Helenius in the amateurs. And then the argument is, well, yes, he was much lighter then. Since he's of the recent years, he's put on a lot more weight and he's a lot more slower of feet. And then people look at the Ray Austin fight. Can you break that down for us as his trainer?
Well, they keep saying Bermane is smaller. Bermane's 6'2".
Right.
239 pounds. That's a big boy. Number one. Number two, he's compact. He's built for the heavyweight division. Right? They're looking at these tall guys, 6'4", 6'5". To me, those are the easiest guys to beat because they fight one dimension. They come straight in. When you back those big boys up, that's in any sport. If it's in football or basketball, those big tall guys, only thing they good for is turn around dunking the ball. They can't backpedal and dribble that ball. It's the same thing with a tall boxer. Listen, you back him up, he can't fight off his back feet. Haven't found one that can do that yet. They said, well, Lennox, when he fought Klitschko, well, they both were tall. So it's just a standard normal boxing match. But when you get a guy that's compact, I mean, take a look at Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's 5'7". He was a giant killer. Why? Because he got in close. When you get in close on them big boys, you take the whole game away from them.
Okay, that's true. When you talked about Mike Tyson there, Mike Tyson had great head movement and good speed in hands, explosive power, which Bermane has got. But the foot speed is the concern here.
No. The heavyweights really don't have to have a lot of foot speed.
Right.
Right? They power. They more power. They're power punchers. Right? And if this guy wants his belt, he got to come get this belt. You're not going to get this belt running from us. So if we got to chase him all night, he don't want the belt. If he wants the belt, you got to come get it. So the ball's in his court. All the pressure is on him, not us. You want it. We got it. Come get it.
Okay, I watched one of the interviews, and it was the interview you did with, I think, Ellie Setback, and you were talking about Wilder and how you talked about his next fight is going to be against your grandma and all the rest of it. And I know that you're not very impressed with Wilder's opponents up to this point.
Well, it's just unfortunate that, I understand about moving a fighter along, building them up. But when you build a fight up to 32 fights with 32 KOs, you really haven't given that fighter a chance to find out who he is. I think it's a disgrace to do that because here's a guy. Let's say you get a British guy,
right.
32-0, 32 knockout. Wouldn't he be known all over Europe? I mean, wouldn't this guy be like God? I mean, that's a very impressive record, right?
Yep.
No one even heard of Wilder until this big fight coming up. Oh, we know. Oh, yeah, he has a great record. So most people want to argue me about. I say, listen, tell you what. Before you argue with me about this fight, go watch the last 5 or 6 of his fights, and we can have an intelligent conversation. Most of them come back with, "Wow, this guy can't fight." Well, I wouldn't say he can't fight. He just doesn't have the experience that Bermane has in the ring. He doesn't have the same skill level as Bermane. And they say, well, he has a strong right hand. Every heavyweight has a strong punch. And if they don't have a strong punch, they're in the wrong division.
Okay. I know you say that, but you can have all the skill in the world, you can have all the foot speed in the world, you can have all the hand speed in the world, you can have the great all those things, great head movement. But if you get hit on the chin, all that experience goes with one shot.
Exactly. If you get hit on the chin, on either side is gone. You're absolutely right.
And this guy, Wilder, the one thing that everybody knows about Wilder is that punch power. However, we don't know how big that punch is against better level opposition.
Well, here's the thing. I'm believing, like I said to one reporter, this guy's either a monster or he's not. There's no in between with this guy. He's either possessed that power, he's 32-0 with 32 stoppage, or he's not. I'm believing that he's not. But I'm training like he is. The question is, it's easy to deliver, but can you take it? That's the question.
Now,
can you take it?
I've spoken to James Ella Bashir, who I'll call him Uncle Bashir, and he's told me that in camp, Vladimir Klitschko dropped him in sparring. I've heard stories that Wilder's been dropped in sparring, but I've also heard reports that he's done very well in sparring against Vladimir Klitschko. So there's conflicting reports. I hear reports that he's been knocked out in sparring, but I've heard he's knocked a lot of other guys out in sparring. So how much do we look into that?
Well, you always hear a lot of stories. People always come to me. Even some of his own people came to me and said he got David Haye knocked him down or wobbled him, and he got knocked down in a fight, but I can't find that fight. He fought Harold Stroner.
That's the
He
fight.
got knocked on his ass.
That's the fight. I've told everybody about this fight, and I think he got knocked down to about the count of 9.
Right, and it was a slow 9. So, and that's Bermane knocked that kid out, I think, in the second round. So, but styles make fights. You know what I mean? And think about it, I'm not taking anything against Wilder. I mean, I think he's going to be a great opponent. But the message I'm getting is your guy's career won't start till you get rid of Wilder. So, thank you. Then that's what we'll do. We'll get rid of him for you. So, Bermane career can start.
So,
I'm not really concerned about his power because my guy can hit with both hands. He's strong. He has the bulk. He has the man power, the man strength. So I'm not really concerned about this guy. He's very small framed on the bottom. He doesn't have. Well, I had it. Well, Daniel Corrales was a skinny guy, but he could crack. He could hit very hard. But Diego could fight.
Right.
What he liked in boxing, he could fight. You know what I mean? This kid here, he hasn't possessed that I can fight skill yet to me.
Okay. Going back to Bermane and his weight, when he was an amateur, his fights against David Price and Helenius, if we were talking about big guys and getting in and out and looking really impressive and dangerous, his amateur careers where he looked dangerous, really dangerous. As a pro, he's looked more of a plodder. How do you?
Well,
Go ahead.
I think what happened. I think what happened was down the road because when we first started out, I mean, he was dangerous. He was hurting guys and putting guys away. Then somewhere along the line, he got kind of lackluster, and I think because no one believed in him. He just said, "Hey, man, we had Don King as promoter. He didn't promote us the way we thought he should have." There was always dates, fights that kept falling through. So, the kid was there one time thinking about quitting. He said, look, now I can't do this. I can't make a living.
Right.
So he got kind of lackluster. But now that he done won this world title, life has changed a little bit for him. He's hungry now. He wants to show the world what he can do. Hey, I'm back. I'm here. I've always been here. It just nobody believed in me. So I think that changed him a lot now since after the first Chris Arreola fight.
So are we gonna
get more motivated?
Are we gonna see a lighter Bermane Stiverne for this fight? Or are we gonna see the same sort of Stiverne, the same size as when he fought Arreola in the second fight?
No, we're gonna be about 239 pounds, about the same thing. We got down to 230 in the Arreola fight, but he felt so weak, and I said, no, let's go back up. So we got down to 230.
Right.
He was very weak. He just not used to being down that low. So we went back up 9-10 pounds.
Right. Okay.
That's his weight. I mean, he's not going to come in with a 6-pack ripped.
Right.
It's not him. I mean, 239 is his weight.
Okay. Now here's another thing. This is completely left field, and I got sent an email. I did a preview to this fight, as I do previews to most fights, and while I logically, in my mind, I think that Bermane wins the fight. However, the news that I've received, and again, you're going to have to put me straight on this. I heard a story is that the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World has been sold to the Golden Boy because they're so eager to have a American champion that the title's been sold to Golden Boy. So therefore, this fight is a fix. That's what is going round. That's what's been hitting all around the forums. The worst thing about it is there were similar stories about this for the Malik Scott fight, and I kind of ignored them because I thought, well, I know Malik will put on a show, and then we see that, and then now I've heard this story now, and it doesn't bode well. If this is what, that's why I've really called to ask you as well. What do you know about this, and have you heard these stories before?
Well, I haven't heard this story, but I'll tell you what. The only way they're going to get that belt from us is they steal it. We ain't going down like that. Not us. No, we're here to fight. We came to fight. Now, what they doing on that end, that's on them. But I will tell you, they want that belt pretty bad.
That's what I'm saying.
And they've been trying to get this belt for the last 5 months. Stripping up, they tried everything. Trust me, there's a lot of crap going on, but the point is we here to fight. That's all we want to do. We just want to fight. Knock this boy out and move on.
Okay, can you talk to me anything about Rock Nation being involved and offers being made to Bermane or anything like that?
No, there was no offer made. It just when the fight went to a purse bid, they bid it pretty high. So, of course, we want to go where the money is.
Right.
And it was said that somehow a ruling was made that if we wait on a purse bid, that means that you and your promoter can't come to an agreement, which means that in a title fight, mandatory fight, the champion can be stripped of his title. I'm like, well, who made that rule up?
Okay.
So we decided to take less money to fight this boy to get him out the way. So when we signed, oops, we didn't think they were going to sign. Okay, then 2 or 3 more months went by. So I don't listen. All I know is January 17th, we know we can't go the distance. We can knock this boy down 12 times, and if he get up, he probably can still win this fight. But the best thing is I'm fighting at home, I'm fighting in Vegas, and this is a very, very, very fair commission. But, hey, money talks in this game.
Right, so you're aware of that then?
Come on, man, I'm not crazy. I watch fights all the time. I see decisions. Some of these judges, they just need to go to jail.
But the only way
for the robbery.
The only way there can be robbery is if the fight goes to 12 rounds.
That's it. And listen, we're just like the second fight with Ariola. I said, Berman, you already know this fight goes 12 rounds, you're gonna lose. I don't care how bad you beat him up. He said, don't worry, I'm knocking him out in 6. It's good. Same thing with Wilder. We already know we can knock this boy down 20 times, and trust me, if it goes the distance, we're probably going to lose. We're not going the distance. We knocked him out.
Wow. The other thing that's been quite fascinating about this fight, it's for the heavyweight championship of the world. No press tour, press conferences. What's going on?
Well, what's going on is they do not want to promote Bermane. Right? You know, Al Heyman has the power over Showtime.
Right.
He has the power over the WBC. So what they're trying to do is limit this fight to where, well, actually, it's like we fight for the title, basically. It's like we got to fight Wilder for the title.
That's basically what it is. Because I saw something the other day, and it was like it said Deontay Wilder or Showtime commercial. And it had nothing to do. The champion was nowhere to be seen in there. I was like, what's going on?
Because his manager has the power over Showtime, and he has the power over the new president of WBC. Yeah. So it's not a big thing. I mean, we've been through all this before, all this controversial crap before. So it's not a problem to us. All we want to do is fight.
So
that's it.
The other thing is, before this fight was brought together, there's lots of stories of Bermane ducking Wilder, Wilder ducking Bermane. What was that all about?
No, we have never ducked Wilder. How could we duck Wilder? When we won the title, they made a mandatory. They made a mandatory that we fight him. So I said to Berman, I said, look, you know, we don't have to fight him. We can go fight somebody else and then fight him. And Berman said no. From the minute they announced that he was the mandatory, that was the minute we said we will fight him. We never ducked him. Never wanted to duck him. He was the one over the internet saying Berman's running from me. You big idiot. We've been signed. We're waiting on you to sign.
So I know Bermane.
No.
Go ahead.
No, they don't want that kid in the ring with Berman. They know it. They don't want him in the ring. They want the belt. They want the belt. Bad.
There's also another story saying that Don King was trying to avoid a fight with Wilder. These are stories that are coming out. Where does that come from?
Well, Don King Don King just wanted to control the belt. He didn't want to go through all the crap with all the organizations. He just wanted to control it. And like I said to him, if you believe you got the best heavyweight on the planet, then let's show the world that you have one. I'm not trying to avoid anybody.
Okay, should Bermane get through this fight the way you see it happening, then who would you like to see Bermane fight next?
Well, I asked him, man. He said he would like to fight Tyson Fury.
Okay.
Yeah, he said, hey, I'm going to fight all the big boys right now. I like to fight Tyson Fury. And I thought, what after Tyson Fury? Then we do a unification.
Okay, he wants to fight Tyson Fury. What about the number one contender, which is Bryant Jennings? Should he not fight Klitschko?
Well, I thought, if Jennings going to fight Klitschko, then like I say, my thing was, they asked me the same question. I said, well, we'll fight the number 2 guy that moves up to 1 after Wilder. I mean, why not use the ranking system? So, but then when they said, well, he might fight Klitschko in, I think, May, April sometime, I said, then I don't care. At the end of the day, it really doesn't make any difference who we fight.
And then, if Klitschko got past Jennings, then he'll obviously want to go for the WBC belt and fight Bermane. How would you see a fight like that happening?
Well, to me, he has a lot of experience. He's strong. He's not as dusty as his older brother. But the way I would fight him is I would just go back and look at the Lamont Brewster fight, stay low, break the body down, and come up top. I still see Berman winning that fight. Younger, stronger, not in many wars. I mean, I take my hats off to the Klitschko. They've been around a long time. They've taken care of business for a long time. But I think their time is due. Their time is over.
Shannon Briggs. What are your thoughts about Shannon Briggs?
Shannon's a funny guy. I've been knowing him for a while. But, he's on his last ditch effort to, try to make another payday before he goes off to the wild blue yonder. But Shannon has never been a threat to no one. I mean, his brother, the older brother almost killed him. I mean, he should remember that. Just leave the game alone. But he's trying to make his last ditch effort.
Well, I believe that that he could leapfrog Jennings to a fight in America. Briggs.
Vladimir Zima.
Yeah, Briggs. Yeah.
Oh, Briggs. Yeah. Well, you know what? Briggs got to fight somebody. I mean, if he fights somebody and win, then by all means, put him in the mix.
But it looks like he could get in the mix without fighting anybody, just by going, "Let's go, champ."
I don't know if the champ going to give him a fight, but I think it'd just be more of a payday for him. I think if Vladimir probably kill him.
And Tyson Fury, his fight against Derek Chisora, did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. I was no.
It was a one-sided beating. Tyson Fury boxed him southpaw and orthodox.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He busted up Chisora's face, and Chisora basically got stopped in a stool. It was like watching the same thing round after round after round. The jab in his face, the right hand, just pitter-patter stuff from Fury.
Wow.
But really, it was such a good display of boxing.
Good. And that's all, I like Tyson because, one, like he's clean cut, he boxed pretty decent, and that'd be a good fight for Berman because if you get through him, that'd be, just a prelude to the next tall guy. You know what I mean?
Don Charles, the trainer of Derek Chisora, once told me that he was a big fan of Bermane Stiverne and he would love to have seen Chisora fight Stiverne. How do you think that fight would have gone?
Well, that'd be a good fight. He's tough, but with the hand speed and power of Berman, I think he'd knock him out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any other heavyweights on the horizon that you've got your eyes on?
I've been so focused on Berman and all the crap that we've been going through these last few years, and I haven't even had a chance to even sit down to enjoy a heavyweight fight. I've just been focused on him and just who they put in front of us.
Right.
Because I try not to stay focused anywhere else. Right now it's Wilder.
Right.
Right. That's what I see. I don't watch any other heavyweight fight. Right now, It's just Deontay Wilder. And then after him, I search around and start looking, and then whoever's next is next. If it's Jennings or if it's Tyson Fury, that's fine. Bring it. I'm not concerned about any one of the heavyweights right now.
Then I go back to James Elliott Bashir. He once said to me, with Vladimir Klitschko, it's like a tick 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 time bomb. You make one mistake and you detonate a mine, and boom, you're over. Right. That's the same sort of thing he's trying to compare Wilder with in terms of punch power. You make one mistake and it's over.
Listen, Wilder is not a Klitschko. He's not even either one of the brothers. He's not a Klitschko.
Right.
No, not even in the same neighborhood.
Power wise?
Yeah. No, not so much power wise, skill wise.
Okay.
Experience wise. I used to always tell fighters, the United States, they say they had one of the most powerful armies in the world. Right? Back in World War II, they was bombing everything. Never hit the damn target. They were strong, never hit the damn target. They blew up everything but the target. But nowadays, they got guided so they can knock on your door. Power don't mean a thing if you can't hit the target.
Okay. Bermane commented in an interview, and he said to me that he has never known that a one-handed, one-armed soldier win a fight.
No.
And that's how he basically so from what he said there, it gave me the impression that he's going to try and take the right hand away from Wilder.
Well, that's what you do. When you find a guy that what he does the best of, that's his utility, and that's what he uses. That's what you take from a fighter. If you have a great jab, take the jab from him. If you have a great left hook, take it or stay away from it. Right? So if this kid comes in the ring only with a right hand, if that right hand don't land, you're in trouble. Now, Wilder said Bermane has a good left hook and a good right hand. Wow, thank you, Wilder. That's 2 punches. I'll take that any day.
What's the general consensus by the American public on what you're hearing at the moment? What's the general thing they're saying to you or you're hearing?
I think they're coming around. A lot of them are coming around. I mean, they would like to have Wilder as a champion. But I think most of them kind of realize he's not going to be it. But I tell them, don't write him off so fast. I mean, just we'll see on the 17th. Like I say, Bermane's been living in this country now since 2004. He's always trained in Vegas. I think we had 2 fights here before. Most of them was in Florida, different other states. But I think most of them are coming around. I think after this fight, I think he'll pick up most of the country.
Don House, thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, and we look forward to the fight on January the 17th.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I mean, I am looking forward to probably, man. Like I said, I'm buying 2 tickets myself. Just in case I don't get in the corner.
Take care, Don.